Let me explain the easiest way to explain the cycles of Bitcoin. Since I am Chemastro, I'm the guy who uses something that people do not take very serious, which is astrology, but I see that it's been taken serious lately more and more. Anyhow, I want to get to the point. The cycles of the Bitcoin are controlled by Saturn. When Saturn start going into a new planet, a new sign, a new cycle is formed. On October 2012, Saturn went into Scorpio. In December 2014, Saturn went into Sagittarius. In on December 2017, Saturn went into Capricorn. On March 2020, Saturn went into Aquarius. On March 23, Saturn went into Pisces. And you can see at the bottom here, there's something very interesting. Only when Saturn was entering into Capricorn, there was a big conjunction happening between Saturn, Mars, and Jupiter. And you can see that Saturn doesn't have really equal cycles, equal amount of, let's say, days. It stays in each cycle. If I bring here this chart, this calculation here for the days, if I go with a date range from here to here, it's 700 days. And if I go from here to here, it's 1000 days. If I go from here to here, it's about 800 days. But if I go from here to here, it should be around another 1000 days, something like this. So, as you can see, you're gonna get two cycles kind of equal to each other, and two other cycles should be around the 1000 days. Okay. For the very long cycle, it has been going bullish through the whole cycle. Any other cycle, any other Saturn, when it changes signs, it need to go all the way up, and it has to have some correction. So the cycle is like a bearish, bullish, bullish, bearish. Happens when Saturn went entered into Aquarius, and I remember this is when I started getting into Bitcoin when Bitcoin topped at, I think it topped at 19K, something like that, 20K, and it started going all the way down for for a good of around 2 years before it went all the way up again. When Saturn changed signs in 2020, that was actually the new cycle which we're going through now, and it should end in 2 months. After 2 months, it's gonna be the end of this whole cycle of going up and down, bold and bearish, and we're gonna go into a new cycle which is the opposite. If you pay attention here, each time Saturn changes sign, if this is the easiest way you can see, it always changes direction. Even here, if I go to the very small one that started here, you can see that at the very top, it did change direction because before it, there was like a constellation. It was more of a constellation here, and there was some bearish movement before it actually started going all the way up again and it started a new whole cycle. Okay, looking into this cycle, it looks pretty similar to that one, the one when it entered Sagittarius. It had all the way bullish, then bearish, and stopped. That means the next one should imitate that one, which we should expect a reversal of the trend. And we see something happening here. I would expect that Bitcoin gonna be moving around this part, and once we go into March, we're gonna start to see an up bullish trend. We can see the 100K target reached, or maybe we can even look a little further. If I go with some relative numbers here, and I'm going by the log, by the way, you can see we're always going in an uptrend. with each new cycle. We can go up to 200K for this cycle. We're easily gonna go above the 100K, 140, 170. I would even say maybe the 200K easy this time for this cycle. And this will go along all the way for Saturn. If I want to know when is Saturn gonna stop for this whole cycle, and remember, the whole cycle should be either all the way up or it's gonna be up and down, depending on how big is it. The cycle will end when Saturn goes into Aries, 2025, May 24th. If I put a line here, May 25th, 24th, sorry, here, that's when the cycle should end. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna make, okay, I'm not gonna use that one. No. It's used like an Elliott wave. So it always makes sense. If I go in an Elliott wave, one, two, three, one, two, three, sorry, five, and you know what? No, actually, it should be faster than that. This is a smaller one. The smaller ones, like you see, actually, funny enough, you know what? It can go both ways. We can spend the whole cycle in a bullish trend, or it can be half. So you have two scenarios. You have the first scenario going all the way up, three, four, five. Okay, this is a little too much, but whatever. Who knows what's gonna happen? Then we keep correcting till end, or this will be extended through the whole coming cycle, which is how many days? Let's see. The coming cycle is 800 days. It's a smaller one because you get small, big, small, big, small. This is how it works. Now we're in a smaller time. It should be something that gonna be very interesting because we had a very long one that half of it was bullish, half of it was bearish. It was like evenly split. Okay, which makes sense, which make a lot of sense. So expect Bitcoin to be going up all the way now to form the new cycle that is starting on March. This is my prediction. Remember, you heard this from Chemastro, the guy who knows what he's talking about. Thanks.